One of our favorite sponsors is back with us, Sunset Lake CBD.
Yeah.
If you're looking for CBD that actually does what CBD is supposed to do, look no further than our friends over at Sunset Lake.
Let me break it down.
Break it down, Mel.
They're sustainably farmed, meaning they avoid pesticides and use sustainable farming practices to preserve the land for future generations. 1. 2, farm to table. They ship the CBD products straight from their door in Vermont directly to your door wherever you're at.
Now that's cool.
And third party tested. They test everything with a third party to ensure quality, dosage, and safety.
You got to go over and check out sunsetlakecbd.com. They have so many products. Break it down for them, Apple.
Well, they've got some new stuff going on. Like they always had pre-rolls, but now they got really cool packaging for it. And you can get CBD pre-roll flights of all their flavors. You can get the heavy hitter flight that also throws in some of their Keef blunts. They have a new CBD recovery body lotion.
I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other?
The other one with arnica.
The extra strength muscle rub, 3,000 milligram with 5% lidocaine.
So look,
Oh, yeah,
if you're
lidocaine.
sore, this is the stuff you want to rub on your body to make those aches and pains go away. They even have CBD infused coffee, so you can have coffee without the little jitter that you get from caffeine, and you have it in the morning and you start your day off right. Your body feels lubricated. You're going to sleep good.
Yeah, and also they have, if you kind of forget to reorder, they've got subscriptions.
And they're giving the No Simple Road family 20% off.
20% off.
Put
with
in the promo code NSR20 when you're checking out at sunsetlakecbd.com. You're going to get 20% off your entire order.
NSR20.
And don't forget those cute little gummy bears.
That's right. sunsetlakecbd.com, one of our favorite sponsors, is back. It's the middle of winter. It's that time of year when you get that tickling in the back of your throat.
Kind of like,
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that all day.
no.
Go check out Clyer's Throat 37. This is a soothing, all-natural spray that was created and tested by singers, for singers, and people that talk. And I think everybody that's listening to my voice right now says something at one time or another. So you need to head over to Clyer.com/throat37 and put in the promo code SIMPLE. You're going to get 10% off. This stuff is amazing. The second you get that tickle in the back of your throat, you feel that phlegm building up, give a few squirts of this stuff and it is amazing. It sets you straight, gets you going right, get your voice back on track, and what it does is it stimulates fluid circulation, it fights inflammation, and it coats your throat. The result is fast, long-term relief that allows you to keep on slugging and singing through back-to-back recording sessions, or talking to a million people in the grocery store line as you're checking them out, or the bank teller, or whatever you're doing all day long using your voice. So go check it out. Like I said, that's Clyor.com/throat37 and use the promo code SIMPLE. It's that simple. You know, it is Christmas right now. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry
and
Christmas.
if you didn't get what you wanted for Christmas, go get yourself what you want over at shoptourbus.com online or at shoptourbus on Instagram. Go pick yourself up one of the internet's finest purveyors of Grateful Dead inspired merchandise. Go get yourself a t-shirt, a hoodie, a sticker pack. Don't have to feel sad. You don't have to feel blue. You can go hook yourself up. And you know what? It's going to come with a little something extra. It's going to come with a hand-designed box and a real live, bona fide, dyed-in-the-wool Grateful Dead bootleg cassette tape and a pencil to spool it with. They don't leave you hanging. So go check out shoptourbus.com online or at
Shop Tour Bus
on Instagram and hook yourself up. Don't be sad. Be happy. Make yourself smile, smile, smile.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, Chris Pandolfi from the infamous String Dusters here to let you know that my podcast, Inside the Musician's Brain, is back on the airwaves for Season 4, which means it's time once again to get deep with influential musicians from all across the musical landscape to really understand and translate the lessons of success, failure, inspiration, and hard work that are behind the music and the artists that we love. My guests this season include Rachel Price from Lake Street Dives, Sam Bush, Chris Wood, Chris Funk from The Decemberists, Lindsay Liu, MC Taylor from His Golden Messenger, and more. Check us out, and thanks for listening.
We're so excited to tell you a bit about today's sponsor, Music Masters Collective. They are a nonprofit organization that produces unique music events, providing opportunities for fans and artists to meet and collaborate in an inspired and creative atmosphere.
Music Masters Collective events give you the opportunity to learn from world-class musicians like Otil Burbridge, Steve Earle, Richard Thompson, former members of the band, the Milk Carton Kids, Nikki Glaspie, the Fab Four, and Sean Colvin, and so many more.
At an event like the Milk Carton Kids Sad Song Summer Camp happening this July, you can expect immersive classes, evenings of entertainment, excellent food, and a space for a lucky group of folks to learn, co-write, workshop, and perform with like-minded peers, all with the guidance of Kenneth Pattengale, Joey Ryan, and some of their favorite songwriters. This all-inclusive week in the Catskill Mountains of upstate New York is guaranteed to be magical. Scholarships are available and spots are extremely limited, so visit www.sadsongsummercamp.com/simple to learn more. That's www.sadsongsummercamp.com/simple. Check it out.
No simple road. No simple road. No simple road. No simple road.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas time.
Christmas time.
In
Isn't
the,
that Boy
in the
George
everywhere.
song? That it's
hold on,
Christmas.
can't we guys
No,
go?
you can't do that. You can't do that. We'll get copyright. Hey now, No Simple Road family. How's it going, everybody? Yeah, you can't.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
That's pretty good, Apple.
Wee doo, wee doo. Here comes the copyright police.
From Frank Sinatra.
No, you can say that.
Welcome back to No
I'm
Simple
Dank
Road.
Sinatra.
Oh God, this is Aaron.
This is Mel.
And this is Apple Santa.
Hey
Apple
everybody,
Santa.
Merry Christmas from the No Simple Road family to all of you out there. It is a time of miracles. It is a time of magic. It is a time of unveiling, unfolding. The light is returning. Our solstice has solstice, and the light is coming back. We have gone through the darkness and we are emerging into the light. And with that light comes our guest this week, the one, the only Bill Nershi. Man, I'm going to tell you something.
What?
String Cheese Incident played my favorite show I've ever been to in my whole life. If you're a listener of No Simple Road, you know that I say that, and I'm not saying that lightly. I've seen a lot of live music.
That
in my
rain
life.
show, though.
I saw it personally. I've been to a lot of shows with this guy, and dancing in the rain with him was pretty amazing.
And Nershi coming on the show did not disappoint. The feeling that I had at that show is now carried over into this interview, and that is why we held on to this and decided to give it to you as a Christmas present.
What a great guy. Also, like, okay, he amazing musician, and then we talked to him, and he's such a sweetheart of a man. I'm about to have chicken noodle soup. Remember that was
Tequila.
Yeah, and just. This was one of the things during quarantine that was like a mile marker for the show that when he says it, and you'll hear it, it just like pierced all of our hearts, but especially you, babe, that reaction that you had when he
at the
end of the
said
show.
something at the end of this
And
episode.
we don't want to
This is very
No, I'm going to tell them right now
complimentary.
so they don't have to listen.
Oh.
So anyway, he said, no, I'm just kidding. At the end of this, towards the end of the conversation, he said something to all of us that really affected
the show. He
me
said
and
something
the
about
show
the,
and personally, and I was all teared up and silly and weepy, but it was a big deal. Anyway, yeah, that happened, and I just thought that this would be a great Christmas present for all you guys out there. I know that the No Simple Road
All
family
you
loves
folks.
String Cheese Incident, and Bill Nershi is the shit. So I don't know what else to say about that, man. What?
Well, I'm just gonna say it. I didn't say it during the interview, but I just feel Bill Nershi is he's like me. We're festive. We're Christmassy.
Yeah.
He's got the
Yeah.
look. He passes that on.
Yeah.
It's all about smiles. He's got those golden locks, the beard. I mean, this is a great Christmas one.
Yeah, man. So I was super excited to bring this every year, like maybe in September, end of September, beginning of October, I start thinking like, all right, who are we going to get on the calendar that we can give the family for a Christmas present? And this year,
I like that you think about that.
yeah. And this year I was at a fucking loss. I was like, man, quarantine and 2020 and blah, blah, blah. My head wasn't right. And then this popped up out of the ether. And when it was in early October, when I found out that this was maybe going to happen, and immediately I was like, oh yeah, that's going to be our Christmas present, because him and Apple have that Santa look.
Which is so cute.
That jolly,
I
the
love
happiness.
Yeah. So I like I said, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but I'm really, really stoked to bring this to you guys. And I hope you dig it as much as we
You guys
did.
are going to dig it.
But, you know, it's Christmas time, and we wanted to do something special for all of you out there. And before we get going, I want to say something to our friend out there, Vivi.
Special listener.
Viv, happy birthday from me and Mel and Apple
And Apple.
and
Yeah.
Darwin.
And Darwin.
You're turning 20, and your friend Abby wrote in and let us know that you love No Simple Road. And I just wanted to say from the three of us that we love you and we appreciate you, and we're honored that you listen to us. Mel, you're sneezing? Oh no.
Yes, I'm sneezing.
We're honored that you listen to us and that you dig the show and that you groove on what we're doing and that you're part of the No Simple Road family and that you're out there picking up what we're putting down, man. And you know what? Birthdays are a super special time. I've always loved birthday time. Some people shit on their birthday and they're like, oh, don't mention my birthday. Don't buy me anything. I don't want any.
Those are usually people who care the most.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not one of those people. I have always dug my birthday, and I want you to know, I want you to feel like that this year. I want you to be excited and know that we're thinking of you, and that the whole No Simple Road family is wishing you a happy birthday.
And you share a birthday with Aaron's mom.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That's true. You and my mom have the same birthday, and I think you're both Capricorns, right? Isn't that Capricorn territory?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's an auspicious...
She's an extraordinary woman.
She really is, and it's an auspicious occasion.
Yes,
that
it
your
is.
birthday is on New Year's Eve. It is a night of renewal, and we are, like I said at the beginning of the episode, we're coming out of the darkness into the light, and the page is turning on probably the toughest year that any of us have ever faced, and we're moving out of it together as one into something brand new, and there is a air of hope and renewal and electricity in the air, and I'm hoping that that just carries through the whole year for you and all of us.
And turning 20 in 2020.
Oh,
Those
no, oh yeah, she did in 2020. You're right.
Those
Yeah, I'll shut up.
twos
2020.
are strong in her.
What does that mean?
Well, like
The
in
force is strong. with this one.
I mean, anytime you see a repeating number, that is just, it's like somebody asking you for something 3 times, or you hearing a message 3 times, whatever. So she 20, 20, 20, like that is
2020.
yeah, yeah,
2021.
Just pay attention to that. Look it up.
So, thank you for being part of our family.
Yeah,
Viv. And
thank you
And the
so much.
happiest of birthday. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Abby too. Abby for reaching out. Oh my God. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it like feels like the holiday spirit, like that. People that you meet, people that that you care about, you want to do something special for them. You want to acknowledge them. It's birthday time. Like celebration is in the air is the point,
Mm-hmm.
And so we are happy to celebrate you, Viv, this year for even, like I said, we sent you a little video, like that you even are stoked on it, you know, that we're doing this or saying anything, shouting you out. So
Let's give her happy birthday. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday,
Viv! What? Whoa. Everybody pooped out at the end
I
there.
didn't know what we were doing
Well,
there. The whole
yeah.
happy
I know,
birthday, Viv.
Yay.
Happy birthday or happy birthday, Viv.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Thank you guys. You know what? It is, like I said, the time of magic and miracles and all that. And I want to just take a few minutes and hear about what magic has happened with you lately, Mel.
Magic.
Or miracle.
Magic and miracles.
Come on. I know that this is a magical household.
It's very
And a
magical.
miraculous one, too.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of magic and blessings. I guess the biggest one is self-realization, that it has deepened this year to levels that I haven't expected. And I don't think that even makes sense. Self-realization, expected. I don't think those two words go together, but I've been able to confront some really heavy emotional things this year and let them go.
You're like Elsa.
Oh yeah,
Let it go.
let it go. Yeah, I guess I am like Elsa, and it's appropriate. It's like wintertime. But yeah, like I just feel more like a woman than I ever have this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
A woman is a powerful thing.
Yeah.
A powerful being.
You know, I noticed just how much I tippy toe, or I would concede for no reason, or just
Go along to get along.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be contrary just for the hell of it, but now I actually am like, no, I do have an opinion.
I was just going to say, you found your opinions.
Yeah. Well, I've always had them, but the voice, and I feel like that. I feel like there's been a few times this year that I've had some really great friends who I respect say something about me being articulate, which is very like astounding to me. Like, what? Sometimes I just trail off. I'll be like a freaking train talking about the most amazing thing,
living with Mel,
and then I forget, and then this happens because if he'll interrupt, and then I really don't remember what happened. So just that being said, I have started to see myself in the true light instead of like what I think I look like. Do you know? It's like taking off the beer goggles and like, whoa, oh, okay, that's what's really happening there. And I was able to convey that to a friend recently, and they had a personal revelation about that. And so it's that confrontation and personal growth this year that I'm grateful. I started to remember also how tired and exhausted I was at the end of last year because of all of the travel and partying for sure, and concerts and wanting to be with, Sydney and going to LA a lot last year. And so I definitely needed this time to retreat and to not have obligations, so that I can really settle in on who the hell is driving this ship, who's inside of this girl and this woman. And it's been a really good magical sense and wonder in that like it's not external, but it's very like internal, and it's making me feel different on the outside.
I think that's a theme of the year for a lot of people that I know. It's not external, it's internal. It's a very internal. I mean, we've been pushed inside physically, right?
I've never ignored my external so much, but felt so good. Like, not like to a negative degree, but like, when I worked in the spa industry, I had to like always have my eyebrows on point. Oh, just things like that.
We're playing a different game now.
I'm a whole different human being.
Yeah.
And so, a lot more internal just mindful and progressive movement. It's not just stagnant anymore where I'm just stuck in my head spinning around. There's action behind it.
Yeah, I see it, man. And it's a beautiful thing to behold. It is. It's awesome to watch the whole thing happen. You can, we've been pushed inside, and it's not easy being forced to do something against your will, right? But then finding ways to ease that uncomfortability of it and finding the magic and the...
Well, it's like, what are you uncomfortable about?
Right.
That's different for everybody.
Right. And it has been a journey for everybody. I have never felt so excited for a year to end. Ever. I never in my whole life. Like, I could have fucking care less. Like, New Year's Eve, great, whatever, another New Year, yay, Happy New Year, and pop the champagne and on we go. This year, I'm like, bring it. New Year's Eve, let's do this. Like,
You gonna dress up, baby?
I'm gonna dress down in sweats. I'm staying home on New Year's Eve, but
No, you got to stay home and dress up. That's
No,
the thing.
I'm not doing that.
Gold shirt,
Yeah, dress
leopard
up.
print shoes.
leopard print shoes and a
Cowboy
green
hat.
sequin G-string.
Go to bed at 6:30.
6:30. Yeah.
Lots of hip thrusts.
Have supper at like 4.
Supper. You got to call it supper if you eat at 4.
I love that came up yesterday. We had supper.
Yeah, we did though.
But
Yeah,
it
wasn't.
It's been nuts, man. And having it come to an end and just finally being able to turn the page on it is A-okay, man. Everything, like, I think back, we went for a walk today, and I haven't worn the jacket that I put on today since the beginning of this, for whatever reason. And I found
What was the reason? You can tell us.
I don't know. I just hadn't.
Come on, man.
I don't know, Apple.
Because he hasn't been
'Cause I
outside,
didn't
okay?
fucking feel like it,
It wasn't
man.
fashionable. It was a freaking winter jacket.
No, and I found a bandana, a tie-dye bandana that I got at Dick's in the pocket. And I remembered back to the beginning of quarantine, because that bandana was in my pocket from the beginning of quarantine because I didn't have a mask yet. It was that early in quarantine. And I remember thinking at the beginning, oh, this will be a couple of weeks. Like, I'll just use this bandana for now. And it really struck home how far we've come.
Yeah,
10 months, man,
absolutely.
of really intense emotional work by our entire country,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
Think about that shit.
Yeah.
Like, collectively, the collective consciousness, and we're not done.
No.
We aren't there yet, but
No.
we have gone through some shit.
Yes.
And human beings have this incredible capacity to go through pain and immediately block out what the pain was like,
oh my gosh.
right? I mean, you remember that it hurt, but you don't remember the depths that it took you to, or like the realness of the thing. And it's a survival mechanism in a human being, I think, that like keeps us moving forward. But when I pulled that bandana out of my pocket today, it brought me back to the beginning of this. And I thought about all the steps that have gotten where we are right now, like not being able to go to the office and then getting to work from home, and then being alone every day, and you guys going out and being on the front lines and being afraid that something was going to happen in the beginning. Like, everything was so up in the air. And I mean, I could just go on and on and on. There's just been this
Yeah.
continuum of struggles and trials and mini vignette moments of freak out, and then that roller coaster return back down to normalcy or whatever that is. And it's been a long fucking strange trip, 2020.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it really impressed on me how far we've all come, and how much we've all been through. And it feels really good to have a minute to just take a breath and go, Merry Christmas, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Merry fucking Christmas. We did it.
We made it.
We got it. We got here.
We made it. We're all
How about
here.
Merry fucking Christmas?
Yeah.
Merry
Or that,
fucking
yeah.
Christmas.
Totally. And I don't know, man. In my heart of hearts, like in the middle of myself, I just got to believe things are going to get better. It's looking up.
Yeah.
Well, what kind
it's
of
gonna
miracle
be.
have you seen this holiday season, Apple?
Oh, well, I was going to say, it's my turn? My
Yeah.
turn? Okay, let's start off at the beginning. I don't want to bore you with the details, but so we start off this year. Start off very strong. We go see Andy Frasco and the UN opening for Humphreys McGee at Crystal Ballroom. Fantastic. Then we go to
You got this backwards, but it's okay.
Crystal Ballroom. Andy Frasco
Yeah, he was at the Crystal
opening
Ball.
for Humphreys.
But that was the last show we saw.
Oh, okay. We saw Goose.
Yeah,
Okay,
Goose and
okay.
Pigeons.
Goose opening for Pigeons,
Then
which was
Andy.
fantastic. Then I go with Ryder last con on March 11th to go see Tool, which is fantastic, but kind of weird way to go into the rest of the year. Then we get our lockdown. And one thing I realized this year, Aaron can attest to this, so can Mel, as far as miracles go. I mean, this year, I have never worked so hard in my life.
It's a fucking
The
miracle.
cannabis industry is just booming, and that and our podcast, No Simple Road, is what it's been a fire this whole season. I mean, cannabis industry was deemed essential. We were working our asses off. People need medicine more than ever. We're providing that day in and day out. It has been such a challenge, but I have just kept up with it. I deal with sinus infections, things and stuff. I've gotten better. I got even better this year in the midst of all this. I've hardly gotten sick at all. When I did, I didn't let it get me down. And then this podcast is the other thing that just, I mean, every time it seems kind of shitty, the weekend gets here and we have guests like Billy Strings and Dave Schools and just the lineup we've had this year of people that, need to have an outlet too. And we've been privileged to be that outlet for a lot of these artists, local and all over the world. Mm-hmm. It's just amazing. The shit, it just blows my mind day in and day out that all of you guys love us so much and that keeps us going. And we used to worry about what are we going to do next. And now it's organic. It's coming to us. We reach out to people, but to have the flattery coming back with people reaching out to us that want to be on the show, that say things day in and day out. Like earlier, the shout out we gave to Vivi, our listener. We love everybody. It's one of those things. It's like everybody. There's no class distinction.
No,
we're all on the same level. We're all part of this whole community. So, I mean, that has just kept me fired up this year. And now we're here at the end of the year. I can't believe how fast it's gone. And here we are heading into 2021. I think we're all realistic. We know there's no magic wand or anything that we're going to wake up January 1st and everything's going to be changed. But I think the one thing we've all learned, and I've heard this a lot more in the last couple of months, hearing it from my parents, especially like my dad and stuff, people getting upset at I'll go there for a second, upset at our government for you always think they have our backs and everything, but we got to have each other's backs, and that's where we're at now. Fucking giving, my dad's given he's given a bunch of donations. I hear people that people that don't have hardly anything going out and working at the food banks and stuff. People, from having means to no means, people are giving back because we realized we got to fucking take care of each other. We can't expect somebody else to do it. Mm-hmm. And that's the message I want to end on with what I have to say is fucking, we are strong. The love is growing. We're taking care of each other. It's nice to have, them out there taking care of us, but when it comes down to it, we got to take care of each other. We can't let the shit get us down. We got to stay positive, and we all will be dancing and partying soon because he ain't gonna stop that shit.
that grammatic,
Merry fucking Christmas.
Merry Christmas. That grammatic post that you sent me, Mel, is one of the funniest fucking things. He's like, I don't care. Talk about a
The vaccination.
A chip in the vaccination. They could stick a whole iPad up my ass. That means I could fucking do drugs in a porta potty at a festival soon.
I think it was just like, I don't know if, I mean, it was.
That's tongue in cheek, man.
No, of
It's-
course it is.
Yeah, yes.
Of course it is.
An iPad won't fit up your butt. It won't. Anyway, listen.
Don't challenge people.
Yeah, okay, never mind. Check it out, man. The holidays mean something different, just like birthdays mean something different to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it can be super fucking hard for some of the folks out there, especially
holidays were really depressing around my house when I was growing up, because it was hard for my mom. She always had a hard time with her birthday, and like you were saying, people celebrating and not liking it. So it was dark around my house. But like when we got together, you loved it so much.
I love Christmas time.
Yeah, and you acted like a grown ass kid, you know, like so excited and buying so many presents for me, and like I'm like, what the heck? And so you just brought the Christmas spirit back. Like you took that black cloud of Christmas away. But I understand, like a season, you can, you know, sometimes you just get into that.
Well, and it's
that feeling.
It's tough too because people can't be with their families. And
yeah, there's a
we're
lot of
separated
reasons
right now. But
yeah.
I want, like, one of the things about No Simple Road that I have kept in the forefront of my mind as we've continued to evolve is that we're always honest with you guys out there. And
we are.
I want to share something with you that really only Mel and Apple know, Ryder, well, of course, Darwin. But, you know, talking about 2020 and coming into this time of the year and being introspective and retrospective, this year has been extremely difficult for me personally in doing No Simple Road. There's been a few times during this year that I really wondered how I was going to continue doing it. There came a lot of moments early on in the quarantine when I was ready to throw in the towel. Getting behind the mic and trying to muster up the wherewithal to not be a negative piece of shit and put that out into the world was really fucking hard a lot of times. And it was really Mel and Apple that brought me out of it. When we would sit down in here and I would see them and then think about you guys out there that needed something to make you smile and some connection with the music that we're all missing so much. That was the thing that would bring me back around. And then the next week would happen and I would get just pounded in the face by reality and have to pull myself up again. And
then we get a letter.
Well, and then somebody would write in. Yeah.
Or
and also
Patreon.
remember too, Aaron, you were not alone in that too, because the three of us had our struggles and the issues and didn't know
it was
what the hell was going to happen.
You center your well, for us, we center our podcast around live music, so you can say that you center your world around one thing, and then that one thing completely morphs. You know, it's gone. It's literally, so what do? You just stop? Well, we all realize that, you know, and I mean, I think I definitely realized this, you know, before this, but we are the show, you know, it's who we are. Aaron, Melanie, Apple, Darwin, it's us in relation to the music. It's us in relation to whatever else we're talking about. And so I wasn't worried that we didn't have a show, but what I didn't realize how important it was to the musicians just as much as the listeners and just as much to us, especially after this episode. And so for me, I'm more grateful for the show than I ever have been, because it's something I look forward to. It's something I feel like when I listen back, I'm like, wow, I hope somebody really got something from that, because
That's
we just bared our soul right there.
It
You
became
know?
therapy this year. We always have
Totally.
said that, but this year it really was therapy.
And
It is.
I want to address something too really quick, and then you can go off. But like, we didn't address a lot of the big topics that happened this year: politics, you know, all social stuff that was going on, and a lot of the only thing I want to say about that is, you know, when you go into a movie theater and you go for a kids movie, you're not expecting adult content. You know, you don't want to see, you know, people making out and being inappropriate in a little kids movie. And I feel like when you come into No Simple Road, you're coming home to get relaxed and taken care of and listen to a good conversation. You're not going to a debate. You're not going to, you know, a horror movie. You are coming to, you know, bring your teacup and come chill out, and you can exercise with us, and it's not going to be this kind of content that's going to make you uncomfortable, at least not on purpose. You know, there's plenty of avenues and arenas to talk about your opinions about what's going on. But I realized it was so important for No Simple Road to be a solace and like
an island.
Yeah. And, you know, I bring the spa with me. I want that to kind of be a part of what No Simple Road does, you know, come in nice and easy and calming and relaxing, like, and allow you to be with your frustrated thoughts about everything
Or
else.
just forget about it for a little while and hang out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So that's what I wanted to address about, you know, the stuff that we purposely did not talk about this year.
Yeah, that was not omission by forgetting. That was on purpose. And so back to what I was saying, there were times when I was in the dumps and really wondering how we were going to keep doing this. And I have to say that I think the biggest miracle for me is where I feel like I am with No Simple Road at this point in the year, looking back and remembering feeling like that. For real, man.
The comparison
between you could put a 10,000 mile high brick wall in front of me and say, okay, keep going. And I'm going to find a way over that fucking wall now to keep doing this show. Like,
that makes me happy to hear.
Nothing going to stop me from bringing this
I
out.
just feel like it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but when, okay, I get that. But sitting down to edit it, to reaching out to the guests, to all the shit that goes into it, like, it's not just is. It's fucking hard.
You're true.
And there's a lot of work that goes into it.
Yeah.
It is for you guys, but not for me. And
yeah.
so there's a lot of moments that it didn't feel.
Yeah.
And so nothing is going to fucking stop me from doing this. And
not even your own bad attitude.
Not even
it.
my own bullshit. And I realized this year what we are. And I'm really fucking proud of us.
Could you put it into words?
No.
Like what we are?
We're essential.
Yeah, we're an essential service.
Oh, that's true, Apple.
We are a connecting point between our scene and
I'm serious too.
And the members of it.
We've been deemed essential by our guests and our listeners and ourselves.
Yep.
You're true. It's right. And I just want to thank you too, babe, for creating it and keeping it going and not being static with it, and to always keep it interesting and to be able to take, because we talk about the show and I'll be like, oh, I don't like this, or that was cool, and you are able to take criticism, you know, and I appreciate that. I don't give it a lot because I think you do a great job, but some stuff, and I just like the interplay of what you do to the show and how we're all in it, and I just love it. I love it a lot. I love our logo. I love the content. I love the fact that it's us. I'm grateful for the baby that you made and that we all take care of.
Thanks.
And
I
that
appreciate
everybody else listening is enjoying.
Let me snowball on that too. Yeah, big heartfelt welcome to the conductor here, because he is the conductor. Me and Mel are like the silly fun passengers.
I'm trying
We're
to
in the front.
change that.
We're on the locomotive. We're sitting
Yes.
right behind him, right by his
We
side.
got his back. We're
throwing
fanning
coal in
him
the fire
and
and
massaging
everything.
him.
But if Aaron, I mean, like Aaron was saying, if Aaron 1 week was like, fuck this, I'm not editing here. You and Mel edit the show. Me and Mel would spend a long time staring stupidly at each other.
I would call someone. I would call like
Aaron,
I don't know.
We the three of us put these voices and ourselves full hearted into this, but Aaron is the one that does the magic behind. He's the man behind the
puts it
curtains, the
together.
wizard. Yeah, he's
We
the one.
we throw the ground beef on the table. He comes out with these gourmet burgers.
And he's the one, he's the one
are,
that makes it sound good, look good. Our Instagram, everything. He just kills it day in and day out.
And
it amazes me when I look every day at like the end of the day. I come home and I have a few minutes to catch up, look at Instagram, and see everything he did, starting at 6 a.m. until fucking he goes to bed. You put every moment of the day, you put something into it, dude. And I love you for it. I love you guys for what we do.
Man. Yeah.
You guys, everybody out there, have no idea the amount of energy that goes into this show. It's incredible. And Aaron, you don't even realize how, like, I know you realize it because you do it, but like the overall many arms, like if you were, have many more arms in the Shiva. Like, and I just,
you
I
got
want
like 80 arms.
I do. I want to impress on to everybody out there. I mean, this is just that you're really incredible and that you do so much. And I'm so proud. And nobody could do what you do. No, like, even if Apple and I knew how to do what you do, we couldn't do what you do.
No, it'd be a different thing. I thank you. I appreciate what you guys said.
It's a
it
true
means a
thing.
lot. And this is our thing.
Your part's just bigger than ours.
Well, it's not. It doesn't have anything to do with bigger or smaller. My part is just my part, and your part is your part. That's all. There's no size thing. It's we're all in this thing. Yeah.
It's not a size thing.
Size doesn't matter. It's
Wow.
But seriously, like, that is the most awesome thing that's come out of this year, is figuring out the garden that we've grown and now learning how to like tend it. And that's dope. And it's a good fucking feeling to like, I feel like I found the groove with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, I was waffling and figuring it out and wavering, and there's going to be a million more figure outs on the way. But for where we are in this moment in time, I got this, and we're trucking forward.
You got the same thing. This came up recently. You threw this one out on Mel, and I think we all did. This was the year of like Stella got her groove back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully you got there and you found that, because we all got funky and the
we did.
self-searching and everything.
So
It's
that-
like Stella got her groove back.
That was what I was saying to all you guys out there. Any of you out there that are having a hard time with the holidays, that you fucking hate Christmas, and this is a shitty time of year for you, just know that you are not in this shit alone, man. We are all feeling it. It's all over the place for everybody out there, man. This whole scene is missing live music to the core of our being. Mel and I were driving down the street tonight listening to some music, and I was like, the feeling I have missing live music is like a cavity with no filling in it, just like this raw sore. That's the only
little bit of a dry
I straight up,
socket.
I was like, I'm not gonna put that on myself, but I do miss a
I
good
get
jam.
it, man. And you know, we're, as a community, I'm not talking about humanity. I'm talking about our family, the jam community, the improvisational musical community. we're missing each other. We're missing
Yeah.
the music. There's a lot going on right now, man. But like I said in the beginning, we are in this shit together, and we'll continue to serve as a connecting point to keep you connected with the music and the people that make it, and be here for you to hang out with and sit here and bullshit and listen to Darwin fart and us do silly ass commercials and have cool guests and introduce you to new music and all the stuff that we've been doing. We're going to be here. This is something you can count on. And if you need us, all you need to do is reach out.
Yeah. Like Abby did for her friend Viv.
Yeah, like that. So end on a high note.
Well, I was going to say, that's a good segue into everything we're talking about. That's why we're bringing you
Nershi.
Yeah.
An awesome interview conversation this week.
So let's do the business real quick and then get them so they can open their present.
So follow us on Instagram at No Simple Road. And if you want to go online, nosimpleroad.com. That's where you can find literally everything. Our episodes, our merch, our sponsors, previous guests, little bios of us. Really cool, actually. That website it's underutilized, maybe just by myself. Maybe you all are out there using it, but
they're using it.
Yeah, go on there and check it out, because Aaron's done a really nice job with that, and there's some fun stuff on there.
And you can sign up for the newsletter there and check it out. Hey, it happens to be Christmas, and if you want to hook the No Simple Road crew up with a Christmas present, you can go to PayPal, and nosimpleroad@gmail.com is our PayPal address. Or if you want to sign up on Patreon, that's patreon.com/nosimpleroad. You can go on there and sign up and become a Chan Donator, which is a person that donates to our cause monthly. And you can give as little or as much as you want. And that is how we keep the show moving into the future, growing, doing the things that we do, and making a home for all of us out here.
Yeah.
Making the wheels and the bus go round and round.
Round and round?
Round and round.
Okay, good. Yeah, and that's basically it. Leave us...
Hold on, throw out the tepid line.
971.
We've had a few call-ins
Whoa,
for the
have
tepid
you?
I
line
almost
here.
forgot, Apple. That would have been shitty.
Wow.
We would have had to
I was
go
going to
back
say
and
we
re-record.
have a special tepid line call-in.
We had a caller from the East Pole.
What?
Yeah. Here, I'll go ahead and see if I can pull this off.
Ho, ho, ho. I just wanted to give a call up to Portland to tell my twin brother, Jimmy Apple, he's doing a great job in Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, No Simple Road. I hope everyone's been good this year so you can get something nice under the Christmas tree. Ow, ow, ow.
Whoa. Santa's hitting the
That's
eggnog.
Santa from
man.
the East Pole, man.
That's East Coast
East
Santa.
Pole.
East Pole.
Yeah, shout out, brother. You know who you are.
Wow, man.
That's rad.
That was
Thank you for that
super
Christmas
dope.
love,
So anyway,
Santa.
hit up that tepid line
At
at
971-808-1524. That number again is
971-808-1524.
Yes.
Whoa, you got that in
Operators
stereo.
are standing by.
They actually are standing by 24/7. And if you want to hook the No Simple Road up with something that doesn't cost any money,
What? 5-star review?
you can leave a 5-star review. That's like a little energetic kiss on our forehead.
Oh, I just looked it up real quick. I was
Bing,
hoping for
nothing.
one, but somebody send Santa a review. It'll make
Remember,
it'll
you
make the one
guys?
after it'll make the one after Christmas. Come on,
Yeah,
please,
that's true.
please.
So
Hook
we
it
didn't
up.
get a Christmas one.
No, it's okay. It's all right, man. You know what? Whoever's hearing this right now, they're like, you know what?
Oh wait, what's this? Oh, we did get one. It's from the Grinch.
What?
Yo,
He said
need
his,
one.
said his heart grew 3 times this day because he listened to No Simple Road.
Oh, there it is.
Grinch,
Oh, Grinch.
thank you.
We hope the Grinch has a Merry Christmas. We hope you have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
Listen,
to the
man.
No Simple Road family, y'all.
If you need us, if you're hurting, if you're smiling, if you
Yeah.
just want to say hello, nosimpleroad@gmail.com or hit us up in the DMs on Instagram. We're here for you, man.
We're here
We
for
love
whatever.
you guys. We appreciate you.
Well, whatever's
for
I'm
whatever.
not here for whatever.
Well,
I'm not gonna.
Within
Well,
reason.
okay.
You got to be specific.
No, you don't. They know
Sometimes
what's
you do.
up. It's okay.
Well, I'm being-
the family gets
We're
it.
here for most
Being safe.
things.
Yeah.
I'm just being safe, okay, guys.
All right.
Safety third.
I want to wish each and every member of the No Simple Road family a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. Be safe, take care of each other, and let's get you to the interview. Without further ado,
Hydrate, drink that eggnog.
the No Simple Road crew gives you
Bill Nershi.
That's a lot. You're a lot.
Slot.
We're a lot.
Slot.
Hi. How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Doing good. Yeah.
How you feeling, Mel?
I'm feeling good. I'm getting my journal ready for Bill Nershi.
The Nersh, as they call him.
SCIs. Bill Nershi.
The man. The myth. Let's call him. Here we go. Wait, that's Jake. We don't want to call Jake. That would be a whole
That'd be
other
a whole different conversation.
weird conversation that would happen if we did that. Here we go. Voice call. It's ringing. That's a good sign, right?
Yes, usually is.
Hello.
Bill.
Yeah, Aaron.
Yep, that's me. How you doing?
Doing okay.
Good, man. I want to welcome you to the show, first of all, and I want to introduce the other people that are in the room.
Hi, Bill. This is Mel.
Mel.
Yeah, MEL.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
And this is the third member of No Simple Road. This is Apple, and thank you very much for giving us a little bit of your time today.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my pleasure.
What are you up to this fine Saturday evening, Bill?
Well, my phone's blowing up with my band and our management all celebrating and send fun images and movies of celebrations. I just got a video of celebrations in Boulder that are going on from Keith and his family is today, and then I've been seeing different places, New York and Atlanta and different places that are celebrating. So it's a great day.
It is, man. It's
a different feeling today.
Yeah, it's like somebody turned the pressure release valve on.
That's what I'm feeling too, is what a relief, and to see all these people that are out in the streets and there's no violence, and it's is such a great turn from, all the I know there's a lot of good reasons for people to be angry, but to see it shift from the violence to the celebration is it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, man. Anytime there's a feeling of love and celebration and happiness, I'm down, man. Like it's being empathic in 2020 is a nightmare.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Ew.
That's for sure.
Jesus, man.
So,
this is a nice break.
So I'm just like here. I'm out watching some chickens run around on the grass here, and
Are you in Colorado?
I'm in Kauai.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
So yeah, just a couple hours earlier.
yeah,
Then-
I'll be there in
then-
10 minutes.
So yeah, it's just been kind of a monsoon day out here, and I just with my wife and I just left Denver and came out here about a week ago, and we're going to spend some time out here. We're in the process of moving. We moved out of the mountains down into Denver, and then out here. So we're fluid, as a lot of people right now are, moving around, doing what they can, finding the right place to be.
Yeah,
now.
It's really important right now for all of us to have space that feels good and is like nurturing for ourselves, man, because it's not easy. And I gotta say, before anything else, you are responsible for playing my favorite show I've ever been to in my whole life. So I want to say thank you for that, man.
Okay.
That's yeah.
And you've probably been to a lot of shows, huh?
I've been to a lot. I've seen a lot of live music, man. But this last year in Eugene, the first night at the Cuthbert when it was pouring rain.
Yep.
That was hands down. I mean, but I'm talking about, like, besides my first Grateful Dead mind-blowing experience I ever had. That String Cheese show is hands down my favorite experience I've ever had at any concert ever.
Beautiful. That's makes me feel good. I mean, that's why we're playing music. Is to have those kind of experiences. And man, I really miss it. I really miss the connection with people on that scale that we had. And they say you don't miss it till it's gone, and I miss it now. Yeah. And I can't wait to start returning to that point where you can play shows.
Yeah, man. It's
like that. But
brutal.
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, credit where credit is due, for sure. And when all this shit went down, we were just getting ready to do Hog Farm with you guys. And man, what a blow. And
we were excited about doing that show and just having a new place that because you talk about Eugene and Portland is where we did Horning's Hideout for so long.
Right.
And there were a few reasons why we weren't able to continue that, and we're looking for another place that has that kind of energy, and we can and that West Coast thing still, where we can get that kind of wild energy going again with the freaks out there on the West Coast.
Yes. We miss you, man. No, we have a buddy that does promoting and puts concerts together, and he was putting together a thing at White Horse Mountain Amphitheater and was working on getting you guys there, and then Hog Farm got announced right at the exact same time. So if it doesn't fall through, we have a secondary thing for you, man. We'll get you out there.
Okay.
Now, Bill, man, you guys have been so, like, incredibly prolific, and just the longevity of String Cheese is astounding to me. And what always interests me about bands like you guys is how you started out, and it's so unique with you. What was the earliest, like, incarnation of String Cheese?
Well, it's funny, because, like, I wasn't a big band person for a really long time. I played music. I usually would have a buddy for the summer or the winter that I hooked up with, or a gal that I would find, and we could do a duo, trio kind of a thing. And I did more of that. But I moved. I bought a school bus back in the day.
This is
back
Bussy?
in the early 90s. No, not Bussy. This was my bus that that I bought, and I lived in for a couple of years in the Telluride area in Colorado. And I decided after about 12 season passes skiing Telluride that I was going to go try out Crested Butte, Colorado.
Okay.
And I drove over there, and I had a friend, Keith Mosley, that I had met at a couple of bluegrass festivals, and he was renting a house, and he said, "Well, I've got some room out behind my house where you can park your school bus." And I went out there and parked out there and ended up meeting all the guys in the band. I met Mike Kang and started doing a little après-ski thing with him, and Keith joined in on that. And eventually Travis got back to town. He was out of town, but the place where Keith was renting, Travis owned with a friend. So the four of us eventually, we were playing, everybody was kind of playing pickup shows with different people that lived out there, so, you'd gig, but there was no set group,
right.
And, one time we were going to play this show with our friend Bruce Hayes, who's a great guitar player, mandolin player, real John Hartford fan, and he had a lot of songs, so we played shows together, and he couldn't make it, and we were saying, well, what are we going to do now? Because we got a gig. It'd be nice to have a fourth person. And they said, Travis is coming back to town, and he plays the congas. He's like this Latin percussionist. Mm-hmm. And so, okay, great, and we went over to his place, and we hung out for a day and jammed and learned a few tunes. Back then it was mainly, covers, and I was the one that had all the original songs. Now it's very different. Now everybody's writing. Everybody's got great songs that they're coming out with in the band. But anyway, we just got together, the four of us, and we played at the Arts Center in Crested Butte, and we got off stage, and it was another pickup show with people. We didn't know we were going to play again or anything, and we kind of walked off stage, and people were like, "Wow, how long have you guys been playing together? Because that was an incredible show. You guys have this chemistry."
Oh, wow.
And we kind of looked at each other and went, "Huh. Okay, all right. Maybe this is something that we continue. At least pick up a couple more gigs." Mm-hmm. And we did, and then eventually we went down to Telluride and started playing some music over there, because there's a great music audience there because of all the festivals, et cetera. That
I've been to Fly Me to the Moon Saloon. I lived there for a little while, so I know that town. It's awesome.
Yeah, Fly Me to the Moon Saloon with the spring-loaded dance floor.
Yep.
I designed a stained glass window for them.
Oh, really?
When I was living in Telluride. Yeah, I lived in Telluride for about 15 years.
That's a special place. There's a nexus of energy there for sure.
Yeah, that's when I came out from East Coast where I grew up. I had my brother was living in Telluride, and I went out to visit him when I was 15, and then after finishing high school and dropping out of a couple of colleges, I decided to go back and visit him again, and I did, and I just fell in love with the mountains out there, and lived there for a long time, and the Bluegrass Festival and a lot of music festivals out there. It was a really incredible place, in the 80s, 90s, and eventually, then moved to Crested Butte and met the guys in the band, and that kept us going, and eventually moved to Boulder and said, okay, this is maybe a better location. We can start going for it from here. That was in '95. And then we started getting a little more serious about touring, which meant our circuit was Crested Butte, Telluride, and Moab.
So you could get free ski passes.
So we would either ski or bring our mountain bikes or climb, and play little bar gigs,
I mean, back
so
then,
that was kind of like what the early days were.
Bill, we're
Yeah.
talking about the early years of String Cheese, and in starting anything creative, and like, I mean, even in thinking about starting No Simple Road, like when I started doing this, I didn't picture sitting here today talking to you 3 years later, 3.5 years later, whatever. Is it like surreal for you to think that it's been as long as it has been? Do you ever step outside of yourself on stage and like, holy shit?
Yeah, all the time. I had no. It's not like any of that was a planned thing. I never, and the rest of us never were like, we're going to start a band and we're going to get so big and all that. It was more like we all just loved playing music, and we did it a lot. And really, I guess if you love something and you work at it long enough, good things can spring out of that. And it kind of happened of its own volition to a big extent. And yeah, I stand on stage at big shows, and it is, I'm always thankful, that I get to, the band gets to express themselves to such a large audience, and the way that we can unite with the fans and get that energy going, and it's a blessing.
It is for us too.
Yeah, Bill, I hadn't heard of String Cheese till I was much older. I just wasn't in that scene or anything. But what I loved when I saw you, that was the first time, what Aaron mentioned in Eugene, and the amount of like love that you guys pour into your music, and it's excited and jovial and happy and celebratory. Like, I didn't know what to expect, so I didn't definitely expect that. And being in the crowd, everybody was so happy. Like, I hadn't seen that in a really long time to that. Like, and it's your own kind of energy. Because Aaron said, we'd been going to festivals with No Simple Road and doing a lot of concerts and everything. So I'd never seen anything as happy and jovial and, like I said, excited as I have with you guys on stage and in the crowd. That is something special. Like, how do you feel that? Are you putting that out? Like,
some people think we're a little too happy for our own good.
I'm not one of them.
No, not us.
No.
It feels good to be in that presence, though.
Yeah, definitely. And we play a lot of shows, and we used to play a real lot of shows. And, you just find ways of jump starting that, or you walk on stage feeling it, or you pick it up from the crowd, try to just physically feel the music when you're playing it, and things like that, help get. I like to think of it as like a ship that you're trying to get off the ground, and you have to, really focus and do things a certain way to get that feeling like we're all raising up in some way, because for me, yeah, it's I'm glad that you feeling the happiness of. Because it's a celebration. Every time you go to a show is a celebration of some sort,
right?
And it's a great thing when you feel that energy lifting up, and it's a spirit. It's also like, I don't go to church. My parents were pretty religious, and I went when I was a kid, but I don't anymore, and now this is my new church.
Us too.
Yes.
Us too. Yeah. I mean,
It's a spiritual experience, I think, getting together like that.
and it's I think it's also like written into the DNA of human beings to, we used to do it around a fire, and now there's more people, so it's a bigger setting, but the ritual of it remains if you go into it with that intention. I think, it that's what we're doing, is uniting in that, like,
They congregate and celebrate.
yeah, collective consciousness is lifting up, and the vibration is growing and building, and that joy is palpable.
It is, I've done a lot of picking around the campfire and singing songs around the campfire, and taking the river guitar out on a river trip, and playing music and passing around the tequila and all that, and it's the same thing, like you say, on a bigger scale.
Mm-hmm.
It's just grown to that point, but it's the same.
Yeah, and I think, at least for me and a couple of other folks that I've spoken to, kind of have the same perspective. So my first psychedelic concert experience was a Grateful Dead show back in '89. And
Mm-hmm.
there was a certain feeling at those shows. I left that show, bought a school bus, and went on tour. And there was a certain feeling there, and I haven't quite experienced anything like that until seeing you guys. It carried that same, I hate to say Grateful Dead like vibe, because that's not it, but that feeling.
It's like that for sure. I mean, when we started playing, we knew we weren't the kind of band that was going to go get on the map with a hit song and tour the song or whatever. We were following the Grateful Dead model. We were following the Fish model of just getting out and reaching as many people as we possibly could and building up a community. And so those bands were definitely bands that we could look at and say, how did they do it? So the model, the music is different, but the model is the same.
I get it. I get it. Yeah, the music really is different, and that to
What
me,
a great model.
yeah,
It really is an amazing model for bands that can have the longevity to stick with it and take their community of 2 or 3 of just your closest friends to have thousands of people enjoying what you do. What a fantastic,
Great family.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So for you guys in the band, I mean, anything you do that you love, at some point it becomes work. I mean, it just is. You're away from home, you're on the road doing your thing, you're in a different bed all the time and doing that, but there is that community and that family that is around you. And is it something that is a conscious thing with you guys in the band and yourself mainly, like that you pay attention to what's going on with the community?
Yeah, to be involved.
Yeah.
And keep people the involvement that and the interaction in different ways is key for to keep the band. And sometimes the crowd keeps us leveled out, because we could be having a bad day on stage, having a bad night where it's like I'm not playing that well, or I just missed the whole part of the song, or whatever's going on. Things can throw you off, or you can have interpersonal stuff that's off for a night or two, or and I feel like the crowd keeps us leveled out, because the crowd always comes with enthusiasm. So that helps when you're feeling like we're just keep, playing so many shows.
Here we go, another show.
Yeah. So that helps us, remember that part of it is for us and part of it is not for us. Part of it is for fans. And so what was the question?
I don't know. Are you guys conscious of the community that's surrounding you guys? Because that's a family, man.
The best band, the band that's the best at that is, of course, Fish. I think. Well, the Grateful Dead was, but the Grateful Dead didn't try to be necessarily. It just was happened naturally that the community built around them, and they loved playing music, and the crowd loved going and hearing them and being part of the community that was built around them. But as far as interacting with the fans, online, offline, everything, and having fun little games that they do online, Fish is kind of the king.
Yeah, they're good at it, man.
They're really good at it. They're very creative.
But in talking about what the engagement with fans and the involvement in that, you and Jillian did some really cool stuff at the beginning of this thing, the Sunday Smiles.
Oh yeah, Sunday Smile. That was all out here. I'm sitting in a room where we recorded a bunch of those shows.
What a cool thing, man. I remember when all this started, it's no less terrifying now, don't get me wrong, but it was really scary. We hadn't had time to get used to the hot water that we were in yet. And I do understand about having a community a little bit, because the show has it some. We have the No Simple Road family. And I felt a responsibility at the beginning of this, we need to do something for the community, to keep everybody engaged and connected so that we're not all freaking out in our rooms staring at the wall. So Melanie and I would read a bedtime story every night. and
that's how you started?
Well, no, during the pandemic, we started doing that. No, this show started from my son giving me a microphone and saying, you guys talk about the Grateful Dead all the time. You should start a podcast. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
okay.
But we were reading the bedtime stories, and then seeing you guys do those Sunday Smile, it's kind of the same thing in a lot of ways. It's reminding people that, hey, we're all together, and giving people a little sense of relief, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, those shows. Well, when you depend on being creative to be fulfilled, like a lot of us do, we need that creativity, we need that expression, and then things are kind of pulled away from you, and you have to figure out a way to continue that creativity and continue the connection with people. That makes you kind of rethink what you're doing and what you can do, what avenue you can go to reach people and keep the connection going. And it was to entertain other people, and it was to keep it for us. It was for us to keep busy and keep playing music and not just become a bucket of stress.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
So, and we have a great musical community out here. One of the couples that we did a Sunday Smile with is coming over tonight. Jill's cooking some kicking soup right now, and we're gonna hang out and eat some food and play some music tonight. So there's a great musical community out here. That's one of the things that we love about this place, and I kind of wanted to show it off a little bit too.
Yeah,
you know, that
it's special. So Hawaii has it's very particular kind of slow vibe, and the people there, once you're accepted, that's your family. It's so cool, man. It reminds me of the cheese community and the fish and Grateful Dead community in a lot of ways, man. Like, you know, once you're in, you're in. And Ohana, it's cool. It's
Ohana, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And the Ohana is really important, and I'm learning a lot from the people out here, and we both are. It's a very generous group of people, you know, and part of the culture out here is, you know, when people come over to visit, they bring gifts, and you know, we have a friend, and every time we see him, you know, we walk away with a little jar of something to keep us that keeps us entertained, if you know what I'm talking about.
I hear you.
And, you know, and every time we go over there, we try a different weird looking fruit that we've never seen in our lives, because he's got a fruit farm.
Hell yeah.
But it's like a part of it is having some skills, like music, cooking, fishing, whatever it may be,
right?
And sharing the skills and sharing the food and that. And so we're learning, you know. I mean, I went and I picked some tangelos before we went up and saw our friend up on his farm, and it was our other friend that is a great mandolin player, and we went over to play some fiddle tunes, and I brought tangelos with me, and they were so happy, and I was like, oh, I get it now, you know, bring something and share something, and that's just the way people operate, you know, and it's a really uplifting feeling.
It really does change the vibe, like that exchange of energy between two people and the openness and availability to share. I worked with we moved from Las Vegas to Portland, Oregon 4 years ago. And when I lived in Vegas, I worked with all Hawaiian folks. And it was always like that, like just generous to the nth degree, wonderful people. And that reminds me a lot of the lot. Of, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody sharing.
Right. People bring something that they have particular skills, or, you know, cook something, or, you know, make T-shirts or whatever. It's a little, you know, like a little cottage industry.
Yeah. And it's sorely missed right now. So as far as like the way that the world is right now, and I'm not, I know that you don't know, we're just talking. I'm just curious, how do you see things shaking out, Bill? Like, are we going to see shows this summer, in your opinion?
Well, see, that's why right now a lot of people are like Jill and I have played a couple of weeks of shows in Colorado before this last wave of COVID hit and kind of is starting to shut stuff down. And it was a lot more easy to play a duo show than it is for the band to get together and play. So, you know, I think that right now that's where it's at. Now, so what we would do is what we were doing was playing outdoor things like breweries and that kind of thing, where you can be outside, people can be spaced. and you come with your own group and you have a table,
Oh, okay.
that kind of stuff. And that seems to work pretty well. I'm feeling like next summer, there might be some opportunities to do more alternative shows like people have been doing at drive-ins and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we can get into, it's obviously not going to be a summer where we're going to be playing to 8,000, 20,000 people all packed in some amphitheater. I don't see that happening for maybe the summer after next, or I don't know. I'm hoping for the best, but nobody knows.
Right.
Obviously.
No, yeah, we're just talking.
But I think if we play next summer, which I'm hoping that we can get together in the spring and knock the dust off and hang out for a couple of weeks and play, maybe have a couple of new tunes, things like that, that we can figure out some alternative venue shows that we can do outdoors.
We got a great basement, man. You
need a yard.
Damn it.
Play.
Bill, how is it different playing with Jill, as not the technicality stuff, but like when you're with playing with her versus when you're with any of your other side bands or string cheese?
I'm sorry. Can you? You're a little quiet.
Oh,
now.
sorry. Can you hear?
Wait. Yeah, I can hear you better now.
I said, how is it different playing with Jill versus with Cheese or with any other players that you have or any other side projects?
Well, string cheese is well. There's there's the.
What is a city without its music?
The legacy of the New York Philharmonic is incredible.
Nearly 2 centuries of history. That's a lot of music and a lot of stories.
I was sitting on stage for the very first time thinking, I can't quite believe this is happening.
Join me, Jamie Bernstein, as we explore the history of the New York Philharmonic. It's the NY Phil story made in New York, a podcast about a city, its people, and their orchestra. Listen wherever you get podcasts.
The difference in playing with a 6-person band
sure.
and playing duo, there's that. So, it's playing in string cheese. It takes a bit of work to iron things out. There's 6 people playing, and there's less room, and you have to be lined up in a certain way musically, and there's a lot of personalities, and it's a real endeavor, and then playing with Jill is like, well, we sit around and we play all the time anyway when we're not playing shows, and we have lots and lots of songs that we know, and when we go play as a duo at an outside venue, it's really easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I get you.
Really easy,
Natural.
And my history is playing in duos and trios, so I'm really comfortable with that, shooting the shit with the crowd, and Jill and I having banter, and we work out our harmonies and songs that we like, and it's fun and easy. When I play with string cheese, it's a lot more involved. It takes a lot more practice, and but you have that many more people and that energy, and the potential for the energy to get super high is greater, Right. So it's different, string cheese can be like epic, if
Sure.
we're on and everybody's enjoying it, but when Jill and I play, it's just easy, and I think the crowd feels that, and it's like, it's refreshing. It's they sound great, and it's, you know, it's just not too intense of an experience.
It reminds me of like trying to get a starship or the space shuttle off the ground, or getting in your car and going for a road trip.
Right.
Yeah.
You need some big dilithium crystals to get the string cheese ship going, you know. But we can just, you know, Jill and I can just hop on the stage, and we have all this material. So I love both things, you know, really. Yeah. And I'm thankful that right now, when it's been really difficult to start up the whole string cheese machine, and the, you know, all the people that are on the road with you, and all the songs that we need to have real tight and everything, that it hasn't been the kind of situation now for us to be able to do that. I'm thankful that Jill and I can kind of stay in our own bubble when we're in places where we're, you know, a little worried about COVID, et cetera, you know. It's like, this is a bubble anyway, you know, we're in this bubble, and it just makes a lot of sense. And I'm thankful that we've been able to do it during this period of time.
This has got to be like the longest you've been home for a very long time, right?
Yeah. Since we started, you know, in 93, this is the longest we've ever gone with between playing shows. So it's you know, it's challenging, and you know, it's easy to get a little freaked out about it. You know, but I just try to keep busy and not be too impatient, because I don't want to start until it feels like it's the right time to start back up again.
That's the thing I've been
very respectful.
Yeah, that's the thing I've been struggling with, man, is the being patient part of this. It's like we were talking about church earlier, you know, and how shows are our thing. Like, that's my church, and having that taken away, I mean, I knew that it was important for me, but I didn't realize to this degree.
Yeah. Or malnourished.
I feel like Gollum in the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I know. Well, so we look for alternative paths right now to find music. You know, we try to make the online stuff enjoy that as much as we can, you know.
Yeah, it's learning a new way.
It's fun. That's one thing I love with the Sunday Smile stuff and everything. The one that I love the most, you guys late with Ross James and Scott Law, the cat one you guys did.
That wasn't a Sunday Smile. That was just a video we did around the same time we were doing those shows.
Oh, okay.
A song that we wrote with Jill and I wrote with Scott, and cats. Yeah. And then that's funny. That song is funny, you know, because it was written about cats, but somehow all this other kind of stuff started kind of pouring into the song that has different meanings. And then the pandemic, and then everything we sang, it was like, whoa, that's trippy. That has a totally meaning now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that comes out of this situation. We've never been in this situation as human beings on this planet, ever. And as creatives, you guys are channeling that muse into reality now, and it's coming out in a very unique way. And you mentioned about the online thing. It's an adjustment, man, to experience music online, for me at least. Is it tough for you to play it that way?
Do you want to know if you are in Oregon and more specifically in the Portland area, Hillsboro or Forest Grove, there is the dopest premium cannabis.
The dopest dope.
The
you ever smoked?
dopest smoke you ever smoked. And they are called Define Premium Cannabis.
Like Mel said, one in Hillsboro and one in Forest Grove. Our very own Apple Works over there. They have everything.
I do.
Everything that you could ever possibly imagine.
We never go to any other dispensary.
No, we don't.
There's no
Literally,
need to.
For real.
We always have the newest merchandise. We always have the best edibles, the best smoke, the best topicals ever. The high desert
lotioned up.
Yeah, high desert THC. I mean, you guys.
We're high around here. That's all I gotta say.
Very relaxed.
You don't need to smoke cannabis in order to enjoy these products, is what I'm saying. That there's so many options for you to relax and to get your mind right and your body right, and all you need to do is go to one of those locations in Hillsboro or in Forest Grove.
And if you go to the location in Hillsboro Monday through Friday at business hours and you ask for Apple,
I want to do something
he'll
crazy.
come out of the back dressed like an airline pilot.
What?
And he will board
I like that.
plane and physically find the cannabis product inside that airplane that suits you perfectly. Listen, here's the real deal. I've known Apple since I was 12 years old.
What?
This guy's been smoking weed the whole time. If there's
No, I
anybody out there on the planet that knows about weed, it's this guy, and he buys for
yes, it's
Define
true.
Premium Cannabis. So the name is cute and everything, Define Premium Cannabis, but guess what? It is the best dope in the Portland area.
Yes,
so
it
go
is.
check them out, man. And then when you get home, after you've rolled your joint or done your dab
You're
or
gonna do
whatever.
Wait, hold on. Make sure when you come in to mention that you're a listener of No Simple Road, you'll get a 10% discount and a free t-shirt after you do that. Then
you come home, you do your dab, you smoke a joint, and then you light up your electric fish light. Go to @electricfishlights on Instagram or electricfishlights.com online and go check out what IQ technology is. This is a system of 30 interlocking pieces that are configured into 15 different shapes. And basically what you do is you contact them and you tell them what you want built, how you want your light to look. I want a SpongeBob light. I want a Fred the Monkey light. What do you want, Mel?
A cricket.
What do you want, Apple?
a snowman.
Okay, there you go. So a cricket, a snowman, and a Fred the Monkey light, and then they're going to hook you up.
And check this out, too. If you want to see how hard, literally, these people bust their ass to get these delivered to you, go over to Electric Fish Lights account on YouTube and watch their delivery man bust his ass
Literally.
get these delivered.
And check it out, man. You can feel good about this because all the lights are made from upcycled vinyl. It's like milk junk plastic. They come with a 12-foot cord, a 12-year energy-efficient, safe-to-leave-on LED bulb, and you don't have to wonder if you're going to have to like get a kit. They give you a kit to hang the light. So these are awesome, man. And any NSR family that orders one that gets the color-changing upgrade is going to get a bona fide No Simple Road print that was designed by me and the owners of Electric Fish Lights.
That's dope, guys.
And they are limited edition and they are dope. And that color changing upgrade makes that poster come alive. And let's take it one step further.
Upgrade to the upgrade.
Upgrade to the upgrade. Get a
you need the
Bluetooth.
upgrade.
And then put in the promo code NSR and you're going to get 10% off your purchase. So go check out electricfishlights.com online or electricfishlights at Electric Fish Lights on Instagram and light up your life, man. And I think set break is about to end.
Yeah.
I think it is.
I think the lights are going down.
I can hear our special
Mel,
guest.
did you fill our water bottle?
Yes, I
All
sure
right.
did.
All right,
Always
I'm ready
ready.
to groove. Let's do this.
Ready.
Oh, Dan, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Woo!
Always Apple.
It's not as interactive, you know, and that's the part. No matter how good the music is, and people do some pretty interesting stuff, you know, and people stay creative with it and figure out ways to make it good and interesting. But it's you know, that's what I want to do now is figure out. Yeah, I'm looking into maybe, you know, like people are doing like little private concerts with people, where some people, you know, a group can get on like a Zoom or something. And, you know, like maybe Jill and I could do that and play a song and ask questions or answer questions or something like that, some way to make it interactive, but you still can't reach out and touch that person.
No
you know?
hugs.
So it's really, it's not quite as human, unfortunately.
That, I think you hit the nail on the head there. That's it. It's not quite as human, and
that's what the adjustment is, at least for me, is the humanity that it's taken out of coming together, like that need, that inside of all of us, just to like see someone smile, or a hug, or eye contact, or high five in the middle of an awesome set. It's the humanity, the contact. That's what's been hard, because if you have a good sound system and you put some music on, you can dance your little hiney off and you can have a great time. You bring out your guitar, your mandolin, whatever, even at home, just enjoying it. But without the people, it does take a different element into, that experience of why we love concerts so much.
Yeah. And it's like, it's weird, you want to hang out with people, and then you think, I've got to be careful.
Yes.
And psychologically, it's tough psychologically, right?
Yeah.
Thank God for those little jars that our friends give us to take home.
Yeah. Jars full of penis.
Yeah. Man, it's I don't know what we would do, but
I know, and that's why it's like you can find a little bubble. I'm sure you guys have a little bubble. You're together there where you feel like these are the people that I'm invested in. These are the people that I feel like are healthy and I can spend time with. But outside of this bubble, I have to be really careful, and really avoid contact with people.
Yeah.
And so that's where the patience comes in, and just staying in touch, I guess. I could do a better job of that, just staying in touch with people on the phone and family and friends, and trying to stay connected while we wait this out.
Wait it out. Yeah. Well, I mean, one of the things that you guys have really, I got to commend you on, is doing the Friday night cheese and making sure that your road crew and all those guys are taken care of, and just, that's like, I don't know, man. You hear about the hell of the music business. I'm doing air quotes with my fingers. That is not typical. That's really wonderful, man.
Yeah, well, we love our crew, and we want to make sure they're okay, and that they're going to get through this period of time, because a lot of those guys have been with us for 15, 20 years.
Wow.
And we still when Jill and I did our tour, which was 2 weeks, back in different places in Colorado, and our sound man from String Cheese, our sound man Droz, he came out with us, and he did sound. He actually recorded an album with us out in Big Basin, California, at my friend's vineyard, and we recorded in his beautiful house that sounded amazing. And Droz took those that recording and mixed and mastered it, and we made an album called Partnership, which actually has Nershi in it.
Right. Yeah, we were listening just before we called you actually to that.
And love that.
Nice. That was Jill's clever idea there, Partnership.
Tell her we love it.
Well done.
Right.
And I love the rendition of Comfortably Numb.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. And so we've been, keeping Droz working as much as we can, and he does projects for different people in the band. But yeah, the crew, everybody is just trying to get by right now. And at first we helped, and then we're, still doing what we can, but it gets to a certain point where it's like every man for himself.
Yeah, dude, nobody thought. I mean, okay, I didn't think we'd still be here now. When this started, I was like, oh, by summer everything will be fine, man. Whatever. You guys are all tripping.
Yeah, and it's like I didn't even think it really existed.
Yeah,
honestly, I wondered then, and I wonder now. What I know, it exists, but I wonder to what extent it's being built up.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and,
we're with you.
Like I know, and I don't want to offend anybody, because people that I know have family members and friends that have died or gotten really sick, and so I don't want to offend anybody, but I what goes through my head is this something that they're running up the numbers so that they can the government and the people who are actually the people that control the government, so that they can gain a foothold of control over the population, and much like 9/11, and after 9/11 they passed the Patriot Act, which was actually taking away rights of people's, from their privacy, and was, I don't know what kind of patriots that's supposed to cover.
Yeah.
So, I just wonder about that. I think about it. It's good to know the right answer. And, but, I'm just trying to stay healthy,
You just became my favorite interview ever.
Well, that's how we feel. Like Aaron was saying, we've talked about this a lot with several other, musicians, friends, everything is, we're not discounting anything. We all know people have been affected, but it has gone on to a point where it feels like how much is being manipulated and manufactured. And it's been a tough year with politics, election, all kinds of things. So we definitely don't discount anything. We just, you got to question it and continue to.
Well,
well, that's right too. You should always question your teachers, your parents, your authority. Like, that doesn't mean you shouldn't fall in line. That just means questioning it,
and
right?
You should be able to you should expect to get answers.
Yes,
real answers. And so
I'm with you, Bill. 100,000. I'm so glad you said that. You just made my night. Like, for real. That felt good to hear from somebody else.
I think that I was just thinking, like this is going to go on for another year. People are going to come out of this in serious debt. Because there are people taking loans. There are people that stop paying their mortgage because, but it's going to, when they have to pay their mortgage, they're going to have to pay all this back mortgage. There's a lot of things going on now that can be taken advantage of,
right?
By people. And I just, it's going to be, even when it goes away, the side effects of the pandemic will be really affecting people.
Yes. Yep. It's going to echo into history for sure. Yeah, man. I questioned the media and all that my whole life, and I just now it doesn't feel different. I'm not, but not to beat a dead horse. We're with you, man. And right on. Fucking thank you for saying that, for real.
And thanks for putting some sunshine smiles into the ethers during this time too. Like, that is fantastic, because when people are missing their favorite artist, everybody's kind of, reclusive into their homes. To see a smiling face and to hear a familiar song, it's the bread of life right now.
Yep.
See, look what you're going to do. You're going to make us want to do the show again.
You should. At least a few more episodes.
I'll make you a deal. If you guys do it, I'll start reading bedtime stories again.
It gets, we do it and then we stop, but it gets kept going by input like that.
Well, because honestly, Bill, seriously, it's what we have. It's what we can hold on to right now. It's what's familiar. It's hearing the voices and just the beauty that it's the human spirit. We're not going to be put down. And even though we have to be away from each other and we don't want to be, here's something beautiful to chew on.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's why I say absolutely 1 more, 2 more, 10 more, whatever you can provide. Because
make us smile.
Yeah, because smiling is the manna that we need right now.
You got it. See?
Oh, yay!
Bill, I want to ask you something because it kind of goes along with what we're talking about with like the whole electronic world and technology, and you know that electronic music was never my bag. That was like Mel's thing. She loves that stuff, and it just didn't scratch the itch for me. And I think what did it for me 100% was seeing Tipper live, and that experience of seeing Tipper. And I know that like in string cheese lore, you know, that electronic music wasn't your thing. It's personal.
Not my thing.
Yeah.
Not my. Now Travis is a big fan of Tipper.
Right.
And Travis and Jason, of course, did Odo.
Right.
For a really long time. So, and Mike, you know, I remember Mike years ago jamming with this guy, DJ Lauren. I'm like, who's this dude?
Right.
You know, which of course is Bass Nectar.
Oh, shit.
And you know, he knew him and he's like, yeah, this guy just like plays beats and has all these wild sounds. And I just plug in my electric mandolin and play. So that influence came mainly from those guys. And, you know, in the interest of letting everybody express themselves in their own way in the band, nobody was willing to shoot down the idea of doing that. And I, you know, I'm a bluegrass player, but I don't think it's right to tell people that I'm never going to play that kind of music, you know? So it's like, well, what can we do? Well, we found a way to take like fiddle tunes. You know, I'd play a fiddle tune and Jason would go, oh, we should do that like a raga, or what do you call it? Like the India.
Raga.
You know, kind of, you know, and he had this whole idea, you know, and it's like, but this is like a Scottish tune, Star of Munster. What are you talking about? And then him and Travis would come up with beats, and, you know, so we found a way to meld the two worlds that way. Of course, we do a lot different kinds of stuff too, electronic style, but that I feel like is the kind of the culmination of being able to be inclusive of everybody, and everybody's ideas, and get something that's interesting to everybody. I can play a fiddle tune with Mike, and while this crazy electronics shit is going on,
it works, man. It really does. Like, we talked to a bluegrass outfit called, I can't remember if it was Town Mountain.
Town Mountain.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Yeah, I think it was them, and
those guys.
They rip, and the beats, like the time signatures of bluegrass.
What do you mean beats?
The time signature, the way the music flows of bluegrass is a lot like electronic music in a lot of ways, man. There's a lot of crossover and similarity there.
Well, it fits right in on top, superimposed.
Yeah,
for sure.
It makes a really cool picture.
I thought you were trying to tell me that Town Mountain was using beats in their music.
No.
No.
Hey, that'd be cool. I'd be willing to hear it.
I was like, no.
For you, Mel.
I don't know, man. It's there's such a big musical world out there, and I love that fact that, like, in the spirit of inclusion, that you figured out a way to put it all together, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, thanks.
And that's what we're doing now.
Yeah, we are figuring out a way to put it all together.
To keep the music world going right now, and people want to hear what's going on with, I appreciate your show, because people want to hear what's going on with, I'm not able to go see you play music now. So what's going on? What are you thinking about? And you're able to bring that to music fans, and that's a great way to keep the connection going.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for saying that, because that's exactly what we're hoping for, is to keep it relevant, keep it moving, and keep it going. You know,
at the beginning of this, Bill, it was hard, man. Like, I had nights where I'm like, I don't know how.
At the beginning of the pandemic.
I'm like, I don't know how we're going to continue doing No Simple Road. We're a live music podcast. We go to festivals and shows. Like, we're done. And then I started hearing whispers of what you just said to us. Like, hey, man, you guys are helping us stay connected to the artists. And that's like, for that 18-year-old kid puddled at the Forum in LA at the Grateful Dead, what an honor to be there. And how I'm so grateful that we have any platform to be able to connect you to the people that love you, man. What a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it's great, and it's important right now. So you all have an important role in music to help bridge the gap.
Wow. But that's amazing to hear. Well, and it's great that this year has turned into like this conversation with you right now. We've gotten ourselves and artists, we're all at home. We've all kind of done some soul searching. We've gone inward, self-wise and home-wise, and got to hear a lot more, instead of like being on the road and tired and not quite knowing where you're at, like very centered and down to earth. We were talking to Dave Schools, and he was so excited. One of the main parts that stands out, he was so excited to be at home to see the peach tree blossom, because he was always on tour when it happened. And it was just to hear that.
It was a special moment.
He's like, I'm so excited to see the peach tree. I got peaches when I came home, but I never got to see it happen. So we're all, we're making the best of it, and we're becoming better, and it's going to be amazing when we get through this, what happens, and to see you guys like take the stage for the first time as Cheese again. And
it's going to be something.
I can't wait.
We can't wait either, man. Bill, I want to say thank you again for all the years and for everything, man. You've really
to our lives.
You've been the soundtrack to our lives, brother, and
the positivity too. Yeah. I want to just underscore that again, because we need that.
I appreciate it. And the band too, all the work that the band. It's great, to hear the encouragement. The band we've all worked really hard for a long time. This is our path, and it's great to hear that we're received so well.
Yeah, man.
Thanks.
And when Hog Farm happens, we'll be there.
Yeah.
High five or air bump or
elbows,
bump,
whatever's
or whatever
appropriate.
The fuck is appropriate at the time.
Whatever we can get away with.
I'll bring you a jar of Oregon preserves. Bill, thanks again, man. We appreciate you, man.
Okay, my pleasure.
Enjoy
Thanks
chicken soup.
Enjoy your chicken soup.
Yes.
Tell Jillian we said hello.
All right. Aloha.
Aloha, brother. Bye-bye.
Headed west on a Greyhound, just turned 21. Went to see what could be found beneath the western sun. Colorado bluebird sky. You can live a mile high, Colorado bluebird sky. Miles pass behind me with the things that I had done, left behind so I could find a place where I could run. Colorado bluebird sky, you can live a mile high, Colorado bluebird sky. I woke up this morning and the first thing I did see was mountains rising to the sky on every side of me. Waterfalls, canyon walls, when you're down on Main Street. Everybody that I meet, they all want to show me the Colorado bluebird sky. You can live a mile high, Colorado bluebird sky. Can you hear the banjo rolling? See the moon shine through the clouds. Living way beyond our means, playing our music loud. Colorado bluebird sky, you can live a mile high, Colorado bluebird sky. Gonna live there till I die, Colorado bluebird sky. Colorado bluebird sky. Colorado bluebird sky. Colorado bluebird.
All right.
My favorite interview ever. Period.
Chilling in Kauai, getting ready to go have some chicken soup.
That guy, I love that guy.
He's got the. I forgot to bring that up, but we go different places. He's got the one thing I love about him every time I see him, it reminds me he's got the spirit of Santa.
Like you?
He's got that look,
Yes,
that
he
white
does.
beard, that always smiling. You never see him like me.
That's why I kept talking about that positivity. Like
That
it's a real
positivity.
thing. Like jolly, and that's what you were talking about Santa. Like cheery and just
puts a smile on your
upbeat.
face.
Exactly.
And can I geek out for a second? Is that okay?
I think you did.
I can't even get it out, man. I feel like such a little kid right now. Bill Nershi from the String Cheese Incident just told us that our job is important.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. No, that was.
I fucking, dude.
To hear that.
He said that on his own without being prompted.
That made me tear up. I was like,
I love how much they've become a part of it since Cuthbert and Dancing in the Rain. We've talked to Jason, Kyle, now Bill.
Having Jason was a special thing for me too. Like it was so profound for me. I fell in love with Jason. I really did. Like he was just his demeanor and sweetness and his freaking drumming. Like what I mean,
that was mind blowing.
Yeah,
to get to talk to him before that show and then go see them play. And
it was a special time for me because that I felt like I wanted to geek out about that, you know. But like, it's like when you're a new fan to something and then you meet the person that you're a new fan of, you kind of don't like really appreciate it too much yet. But then later on, you're like, holy shit, I talked to Jason Hahn. What? You know, like
I didn't know what's going on.
After like 100 and whatever, 70 something, wherever we're at, 80-ish episodes, one would gather that these type of interactions wouldn't make us geek out like that. But I'm going to tell you guys out there, I'm a music fan. I'm still that kid that heard Feel Like a Stranger and got my mind blown. I'm still that guy that would like want to ride the rail. It's good. Yeah, man. And no big deal. We just got off the phone. I was just going to
say, if you or Mel or me ever get like ho-hum about it, like, oh, yeah,
it's time to stop.
Yep. Yeah. I'm going to slap you.
I've been thinking about our catalog of shows, and when we were going through them, I definitely wasn't as aware.
Do you know who we've talked to?
Well, no, I definitely wasn't aware of all the big names and the impact that they had on the music and jam industry. I had no idea. But as I think back, like if an artist were looking back at their paintings from like say year 1 to year 7, whatever, like holy cow, our catalog and the uniqueness of what we've done and the fun stuff and the heavy topics and the lighthearted stuff, and you know, hearing Bill say that, like it really puts into perspective for me of what we really are creating here. And that is a time capsule and a catalog of some of the best musicians in the world at this time.
Yes.
We're not in like pop culture, like, you know, like the Britney Spearses, the Justin Timberlakes, and that is way old references. I can't,
whatever,
like maybe the Drakes or whatever. I don't know.
Megan the Stallion.
Yeah. But yeah, like what we're doing is amazing to me. And it's not until now that I like, again, it's the hindsight of 2020. Looking back at it, it's been a huge feat, and I'm really proud of all of us. I just wanted to say that.
That's good.
I'm really proud of you, Babe, and you, Apple, and us as a trio, and Ryder too. Ryder's been on the ride with us for a long time. Darwin, and all the listeners, guys. You guys have been with us for years. If you know, if it applies to you, maybe just this episode, but you've been with us, and just want to say thank you.
That's what's amazing too. Like you said, the catalog we built in the timeline and stuff. Even people that just started listening in the last couple of weeks. They got it's like when you, like you said, when you discover a band that's played for, and then you get to discover their catalog.
Yes.
And you get to start back at their 3.5 year, you know.
All right. I'm going to do you one better.
What?
Check this out.
Why you got to try to one up?
No, I'm
competition now.
I'm extrapolating out.
You've been served.
Check this out. If we're creating a time capsule for everything that led up to right now, we are also going to create a time capsule for coming out of the pandemic musically.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Check that shit out.
Yeah, we talked to everybody during their limbo stage, which is right now, and then going forward, how we got out of this and how music continued post-pandemic.
Yeah, and right now it's starting to emerge a little. It's like the groundhog's poking his head out just a little bit.
It's like when you got to poop really bad.
So this underscores to me everybody who has not told a friend about No Simple Road or a family member or a fellow music lover. Please take the time to do that. Take the time to forward them this conversation and maybe the first, you know, No Simple Road show, something that you think that they would dig on. Because I really think that maybe each show is not for everybody, but a show is for some. There's a show for somebody.
And if you believe in that mission that Melanie's talking about and that I'm talking about and Apple's talking about, and you want to help support it and make sure that we can keep going, you can go to Patreon.
Yeah.
And become a Chan donator on Patreon, which means that you give $1 or $2 or $5 or $50 or whatever
20,
a month.
50.
And you are like investing in the time capsule to make sure that this thing can continue, stays viable, and can chronicle what's about to go down.
Well, and I think I want to say this about Patreon. At the very beginning, I was super reluctant, to like receive money or take money from people. But the way of the world and how it's changed in 3 years and how people do business and what people invest their money in, this is more than a worthwhile cause to show the people that you care that you're enjoying this huge monumental thing that we're creating. Like, thank you for all of our sponsors, our Chan donators, our one-time
the No Simple Road
family, the community that swelled up around it, the Instagram family, everybody that's just contributed. Like, thank you for monetarily blessing us and showing us that you believe in us and putting your money in. And if you haven't done so, then do it and see how it makes you feel. If you don't like it after a month or two, you got to try it at least for 2 months.
Shut it down.
Yeah, shut it down. But try it and see if it makes your heart feel any better. Like, when it comes out of your account, like, you're giving it to us and we are freaking receiving it and appreciating it.
And being good stewards of it too.
Yeah, we are being good stewards. And I just wanted to throw that in there because I just remember the beginning of Patreon. I was just like,
why are you doing that?
Yeah, don't subscribe or don't, if you don't want
that.
to.
We all kind of felt like that a little bit. It's like, it's hard to, like, when you're not performing or providing something.
But we are.
But now it feels at this point like we are. And
we don't have imposter syndrome anymore.
No. It's
and I think definitely before I felt like that, and maybe that's another reason, like, we're not really a podcast. We're just like doing this on our porch.
We're sitting in our studio.
I'm talking about the recent past, not like right now. I'm talking about maybe even the last 6 months. I've definitely come to terms with, yes, I am a podcaster. That is something that I do in my, not in my spare time, like in my, accounted for time. And so it's the like revelation of it and the acceptance of it.
And that's gained more merit too. Just the word and the simple thing of podcast.
Yeah.
3.5 years ago, I remember the first time telling my dad.
Like, what is that?
And it was, what the hell is a podcast?
How do you listen to that? What is it?
Yeah. Now there's now.
I miss my dad.
Now there's a lot. There's a lot of podcasts out there, and it's legitimate. It's
and
a
they're
form
great.
of entertainment that is growing and growing, and we're part of that.
And podcasts they can be your best friend. You can sit there, and I had a really amazing comment from one of my coworkers who has been a producer his whole entire life for AMC, and he had listened to one of our podcasts that I sent him and was like, you guys create such an atmosphere. I could see listening to you guys while I cook or, while I'm gardening and that made me so happy because I do that with stuff that I like, and so to be that for somebody else, heck yeah.
That compliment from Bill Nershi.
Well, I think it was a statement.
It sweetened the entire quarantine for me.
Aww. He gave you a little heart hug?
It did. It was like, oh, that's why. Like,
thank you, Bill.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Thanks for doing that for Aaron.
I needed it.
Yeah. See? And that's why,
Happy
Bill
birthday
and
month.
Jill, you need to keep doing your thing because that little bit of love, it goes on and on.
Yep. So on and on, y'all. We'll be back next week with more stuff and things. And guess what?
What?
If you feel like it, go to patreon.com/No Simple Road and sign up as one of our patrons, and we will be eternally grateful. And if you're not into that and you just it's holidays and I burped. You don't know what to get somebody in your life, you can go to nosimpleroad.com and click on the merch tab and hook yourself up with hook somebody up with like a coffee cup or a fanny pack or a neck gaiter or a t-shirt. There's lots of cool stuff up there. So go check it out. And we'll be back with more stuff. We love you guys. Take care of each other. Smile as stranger underneath your mask. And hydrate. Safety third. Aloha.
Love to you all.
But it's a burden. Family needs has been deferred, and hella means been the earth, and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a newborn. So persistent, so resistant, so insistent, so commitment, so resilient, or haven't you learned it? No simple road. 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 My windshield is shattered as I focus through the spot in the corner that is still intact. The react is both a defense mechanism as well as a fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A equal A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
Hey listeners, I want to tell you about the April-May 2023 issue of Relics magazine. Features a Dave Matthews Band cover story with additional articles and interviews with The National, Graham Nash, Wayne Shorter, ALO, Ivan Neville, our friend Eric Krasno and Stanton Moore, Marty Stewart, and much more. Check out the latest version of Relics and subscribe now at relics.com/DMB. Thanks, Relics.
Well, hey friends, my name is Zach Lupitin. You may know me from the band Dust Bowl Revival, but I also host a music discovery podcast called The Show on the Road. For the last 5 seasons, I've been able to dive deep and have intimate chats with folks like the Lumineers, Ani DeFranco, Wolfpack, Keb Mo, Lake Street Dive, Bela Fleck, and more. So guess what? After 150 conversations with some of my favorite songwriters from around the world, we are bringing brand new episodes to the Osiris Network. New interviews and intimate acoustic performances will be coming at you this summer. And which episodes are coming next, you ask?
I am Zach Goody, the lead singer for the band Smash Mouth.
Our band is called Milky Chance. We are based in Berlin.
My name is David Shaw. I sing and write songs with my band, The Revivalists.
Trust me, these conversations go some wild places. So subscribe to The Show on the Road on Osiris, and we'll see you soon.